dinner, we were invited by special invitation to portraits of iconic designers. A series of celebrity portrait photographer Lucille Khornak's early photographs of fashion designers. Some of the designers featured in the show include Giorgio Armani, Jeffrey Bean, Andre Kouriages. The show, along with future exhibitions, will be featured in one portion of the gallery, while Khornack's commissioned work of family portraits will be on display for potential clients in another area. Lucille about her love affair with photography and the many celebrities she has photographed throughout her career, as well as being interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. What was Karl Lagerfeld really like? Well, I'm sure he must have been an interesting subject to photograph.
Yes, actually I photographed Karl in my apartment in New York, and you know, he's very charming and, you know, very specific about, you know, what he likes, what he doesn't. And
a little bit of a control freak, I would think.
Well, I think most men are that anyway, right?
Yeah. His clothes they're just amazing to look at.
They are,
so beautiful.
I think, yes, they are. And I think many of the designers have, you know, an incredible talent, you know, for what they do. They actually have shaped what we wear and, you know, who we are in essence, because we choose from the designers out there.
Do you think that fashion today is more complex, more different than it was maybe like 40 years ago?
I think years ago, you had to wear a certain length skirt, and if you didn't wear that certain length skirt, you weren't in fashion. And I think today what's really changed is anything goes, and you can create your own fashion. You know, it doesn't matter.
And not be scorned for wearing such a skirt length, right?
I think also that, you know, what's happening in the street creates our fashion. You know, the young 20s and 30s, when they're mixing things, they're actually creating, you know, because anything goes.
Anything goes. Anything that's creative, innovative, new, and exciting.
Right. Especially now.
I would like to know a little bit more about that, because I'm all about nostalgia. Tell my audience about that whole experience with Oprah. Yeah, what was she like? What was Oprah? What were the questions she asked?
I think, if I don't remember exactly, but they were about, you know, my book, and my book was on the fashion designers and the future of fashion. So when that book came out, I did 80 talk shows around the country, and, you know, radio shows and whatever. So that went on for 2 years. And then after that, I did another book on fashion. And now I've switched over to children and families. You know, I just wanted something new to do. And I love
you love working with families,
I love working with children.
Do you think that this is where people, their mindset is at?
Families painted, or, you know, when photography came about, you know, they would hire a photographer to take the family photograph. And then it kind of got lost a bit. And I think, you know, we really need to bring that back, because photography is really what's left when we're no longer here. It's what's passed from generation to generation. And most of my clients start to build a gallery in their home of my work. And it looks really fabulous. And I say, why not use your family as your art because you're looking at it every day, and it's, you know, it's everybody you love. And it's also great reinforcement for the children because they're seeing themselves large on the wall and they're feeling important. So, and it's the imagery of them bonding with the parents, I think, is also, you know, important for them to see. Some beautiful hardcover coffee table books, and we design holiday cards. And I always think the holiday cards are a great way to, you know, say hello to everybody and say, this is my family and this is what I'm doing. And, you know, it's, I feel it's really important.
So you've gotten away from the celebrity and more closer to the family.
Well, I guess that's a good way of putting it, but no, I still shoot, you know, portraits and people, but I don't focus on fashion anymore. But I feel I have a trained eye from fashion, and I take that eye, and when I'm photographing families and children, I can really see the details.
Yes,
you know, that I saw in fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm using my background, so. You know, because I feel I can see things that maybe a newer photographer doesn't see. It's the details, you know, that help make the photograph.
What was the most interesting subject that you photographed? I mean, was it a model? Was it a famous designer?
The most interesting.
That you just loved photographing them?
Wow, I love photographing a lot of my subjects, so that's a hard one. Yeah, that's a hard one to answer.
You must have one that you just loved.
One that I love. Well, Castelbajac, Carrege, and, you know, being able to actually be with all these, you know, icons, fashion icons in their surroundings, or, you know, in my surroundings, I think, you know, just in itself is really fascinating. So to isolate one, it's like, wow, you know, they're all great.
Have you photographed any movie stars?
In the past, I have. I've actually done like Gina Davis years ago, and actually Kate Capshaw when she was first starting. Yeah, a few along the way.
Wonderful. Tell my audience, if they want to find out more information about you, where can they go on the internet?
They can go to theportraitspecialist.com, or they can go to Lucille Khornak Gallery, and we have this new gallery here in Bridgehamptons. Thank you.
Really beautiful, it really is.
And it's 2400 Montauk Highway in Bridgehampton.
Right in the heart of Bridgehampton.
Right. So I was so lucky.
Right across the street from Bobby Vance.
Right. So I was lucky when this location came available. It was a perfect spot.
Wonderful. I want to thank you very much for this wonderful interview.
Oh, thank you.
It was very interesting to talk to you.
Thank you.
And I want you to tell my audience one more time the website.
Lucille Khornak Gallery or theportraitspecialist.com.
Excellent.
I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fallacy dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.